What do you do when you hit a brick wall and can't get around something? What happens when something is so difficult that it seems like it's totally worthless to try? Well, Carol Dweck was curious about this in her book Mindset, The New Psychology of Success. She was so curious about this. How do people deal with failure? What happens when you hit a brick wall? That she did a study and gave some young students some ridiculously hard puzzles to solve, and then she just sat back and watched. So the study is going on. She's back there looking through her one-way mirror, and out of nowhere, a 10-year-old boy claps his hands and yells, "I love a challenge!" And another says, "I was hoping this would be informative." You know, like this was the best thing ever. What is wrong with them, she thought. They're screwing up my study. Well, she didn't think that. Maybe she did, but how can these children love failure, though? Is it the fact that they haven't been brainwashed yet by society? Or were they onto something? So the bottom line is this. It wasn't about winning or losing for these kids. It was about growing and learning. And this is in her book, The Growth Mindset, which will completely change your life. The growth mindset is based on the belief that your basic qualities are things that you can cultivate through your efforts. This includes your intelligence and your personality, your character, and your smarts, how smart you are. You can make yourself smarter by working at it. Well, this is the opposite of how a lot of people are. The fixed mindset belief, and these people believe your basic qualities are fixed, like your intelligence. Like you're born that way. You're not going to get any smarter. Fixed mindset people are coming from the place where every situation is evaluated and judged. Will I look smart or dumb? Will I succeed or fail? Will I be accepted or rejected? Okay, so get this. Here's a hypothetical situation. Okay, typical day. You go to your class like you always do, but today the teacher gives you a C-. This is very upsetting. And then you go home and you're lying in bed and someone knocks on the door. "Who's there?" "You left your car lights on," says some old lady. And there now the car is dead. And it's 9 o'clock at night. We just happen to be really tired tonight. Who wants to go fix that right now, you think? But I need to get to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to fix the car, you think. And add this to it all, your good friend Justin has kind of strangely stopped calling lately, and it feels like rejection. What do you think? Well, the fixed mindset people think, what a terrible day, you know? I gotta get out of here. I'm totally stupid. I've been rejected. Dumb, life sucks. How come these other people get to be so rich and rock stars? What about that one guy? How did he do it? How'd he get on TV? Screw him and his success. So that's a fixed mindset person. And they normally don't have such low self-esteem. It's only when they're coping with failure and hit these brick walls that they basically have a meltdown and they get stopped. My dad, he would smash things when he couldn't fix the toilet. I'd hear him in the bathroom cussing, "Freaking, stinking toilet, just snagging, rigging, snagging," smash. One time he actually threw the lawnmower down the street. I know, nobody saw it, so it wasn't a big deal supposedly. I mean, and it must not have been working, we can only assume. And me, I used to go on long drives, and I mean long drives every night because I had so much rage from not succeeding as a musician. Impotent rage. And so I was escaping. I would rather do that than try and practice my music. What's the use of that when I knew I was going to fail? But if I just tried, then often the success is a byproduct of all the work that has been put in. But regardless, you see these people, some people hit these walls, these fixed mindsetters, and so then they get drunk or they go eat, go break something, just escape the problem. And on the other side, we have the people with the growth mindset. And when they get the C-, they say, "I'll have to work harder in the class. I'll get a tutor to help, and I'll call one right now. We're not putting this off." They also say, "I'll call up my friend Rebecca, who can help me change my car battery. I'll watch a YouTube video on how to change car batteries, so I learned something from this, and it's not quite so scary. I'll write a note and put it in the car so I never leave the car light on again. And I won't ignore my stress. I'll go for a quick jog to work the cortisol out of my body, because cortisol causes depression and heart problems, and we're not gonna have all that. And also I'll give my friend Justin a call and see if there's anything wrong. Hey buddy, everything cool? Hey, yo, see if he says anything. The fixed mindset people are coming from a place where either you're smart or you're dumb. Either you got it or you don't. Either you're talented, Michael Jordan, or you're not. But remember, Michael Jordan got that way from hard work. He's not superior than the rest of us, as the fixed-minded people like to think. It's about the effort. The Polgar family knows this. They produced 3 of the most successful female chess players ever. And one of the daughters, Susan, explains how. My father believes that innate talent is nothing, and that success is 99% hard work. And her father applies this to everything. Everything. Like if you're single and you don't want to be, then he would say, come up with a plan and take massive action. What a great book. 2 of the best chapters in this book talk about relationships, by the way, mindsets and love, and the other is about parents, teachers, and coaches. So if you're a parent or you manage people, then you should read these chapters that we're just not being taught in today's schools. It's like psychology is moving forward. It's a form of a science. Let me just say, in the relationships chapter, when people had the fixed mindset, it talks a lot about what it's like if you're in a relationship and then all of a sudden you get dumped. And when people had the fixed mindset in a relationship, they felt judged after getting dumped. They felt labeled by the rejection. It's like the verdict had been handed down, you're unlovable. So the fixed mindset wants you to lash out and get back at the person. Whereas the person in the growth mindset, on the other hand, when they were dumped, they're coming from a totally different place about understanding, forgiveness, and moving on from what happened. And it's not that they weren't deeply hurt, because they were, but now it's about learning from what happened. I learned what kind of person I'm looking for. I learned that love takes a lot of work, is going through their mind. And it's not going overboard with these sentiments, but it's also not feeling permanently branded either. It's about moving on and embracing the future and knowing that love takes effort. Thank you guys for joining me today. If you had a good time, please subscribe. Make sure to pick up this book, Mindset by Carol Dweck, because honestly, it's one of the best books I've ever read. I'll see you guys next Friday. It was great, as always.